Dr. Julie, you commented on this before, and I think it was pretty eye-opening when you talked about the part that pornography plays into that. Because sometimes when you're watching pornography, you basically expect your partner to do the same thing that you're watching. Like you condition yourself to be stimulated by what you're seeing on the computer, TV screen, wherever you're consuming your pornography. And that really affects the sexual relationship between you and your partner.
Mhm. Yeah, it really, really does. You know, what a lot of people don't realize is, first of all, you know, when they get involved in pornography, they are in total control, right? They can switch it on, they can switch it off. They can find whatever kind of sexual interaction they're looking for, and it comes to life, right? In what they're watching or what they're listening to. So, pornography is something that is very impersonal, and it's totally under the control of the individual who's engaging in the pornography. Then that partner goes back to their real life partner, and what the heck happens, right? Devin, you pointed it out perfectly, which is that you expect from your partner exactly what this two-dimensional figure, airbrushed by the way,
Right.
was doing on the screen.
Right.
And is that real? No. Is that personal? No. Is there any emotional intimacy? No. Can I tell you a story, guys, about a couple? And of course, I'll change the identifying features, but the husband in this couple had been engaging in pornography ever since he was really young, like 8 or 9 years old. And he was now in his mid 30s. And he'd married a woman who, both of them were part of a religion that forbade any kind of sexual interaction other than a kiss on the cheek before marriage. Well, he'd been married before, so he'd had sex before, but she never had. The only thing she'd experienced by the age of 31 was a kiss on the cheek.
Wow.
So, guess what happens the first night, right? After marriage, he wants everything that he's experienced in all the pornography he's been seeing. So, you know what? She comes out of that cross-eyed and traumatized to the hilt.
Right.
She is gone. She's out of her body. And that continues for the next 14 years until they finally stepped into my office.
Wow.
And we said, stop. Let's stop. We're stopping all sexual interaction. She's going to start journaling about what that experience was like for her and read those things to him. They're not going to have any kind of sex. She's going to be doing some exercises privately on her own to figure out how to even be in her body and what her body enjoys, what her body likes, where she likes to be touched, where she doesn't like to be touched, what are her preferences. And after about 6 months of that, then we started teeny weeny small, and she had all the control because in effect, she'd felt raped for 14 years. So they turned everything around, but it took them a year and a half to do it.
Right.
To where they could really have gorgeous, intimate, beautiful, connecting, emotionally intimate and physically intimate, very loving and satisfying sex.
Wow.
So you don't want to get sucked into the pornographic world if you actually want to have a loving partnership.
Well, the other thing is that it's a gateway to having sex with other people, either prostitutes or people who are willing to have sex and are very desperate. And so, you know, it's not just porn, it's really a gateway to many other things that take people away from the relationship.